Hi, welcome to On the Clock. We're your hosts, Callie and Tyler, and today we'll be going over some introductory things for the 2025 NFL season. And throughout this podcast, we'll go over some predictions for games and things that we've seen happened that week. The first topic we're going to go into is what teams we're most excited to see. Do you want to give me your teams first?
I will. So the first team I'm most excited for is always the Birds, Eagles.
I would agree.
There's no explanation. They're the best team in the NFL, and I think they continue to be the best team in the NFL. Saquon Barkley is just
No complaints there.
Yeah, he's just fun to watch. And then the next team that I'm interested to see is the Chicago Bears. I said this to many people. Ben Johnson, I don't know, his offense just seems like it's going to be entertaining, and they may not be great, but they may be fun to watch. How about what teams are you looking forward to?
So obviously, the Eagles. I would agree there. Go Birds.
Yeah.
And I have two teams. One, I'm excited to watch the Chargers. I do think they're going to continue. They had a good season last year. I think they're going to have a better season this year, I will say. Second year with Harbaugh as the coach.
Apparently he loves Justin Herbert, and
I would like to see a little more from him, but
yeah, I know,
for a different topic.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to watch them. And then the Lions, which kind of goes off of what you were saying with the Bears. I'm curious to see, because they had such a good season last year. I'm curious how they're going to be without both of their old coordinators. And now they have two new coordinators.
Yeah.
I'm curious, are they going to stay the same? Are they going to regress?
Is Jared Goff going to be good?
Without Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep. They have a lot of questions for me. So I'm excited to see them, interested with how they're going to do.
Another team I'll throw in is the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel is, I don't know, he seems like he can coach any team. And I don't know why the NFL didn't want to, any other teams wanted to sign him. But yeah, I think the Patriots are going to take a big step. They say Drake May looks crazy and he's going to take a second-year leap. So we'll see with them, with the crazy rookie running back and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Never know what can happen.
All right, let's move into our next topic. Teams that we think are going to exceed expectations and or regress, which kind of leads into what we were talking about.
Yes, yeah.
So which teams do you think are going to exceed your expectations?
I already talked about this team and the other one, the New England Patriots. I just think that with a new head coach, a lot of young guys moving into year twos, a defensive-minded head coach, they're just going to expect it to succeed. And if they don't, I'll be surprised. I could literally guarantee 100% they're going to exceed their expectations from last year. Maybe not like have a crazy 12-5 record, but they will be pushing for the playoffs for sure.
I think that too. I think that they have a lot of young talent there. And I think with the new head coach, and Drake May looked good last year, even with not that great of an offensive line.
I know,
he looked pretty good.
And they got some people in to fill that spot.
So I do think that they're going to be a lot better in their division. So I would agree to that. Did you have another team, or is that?
Yeah. I'll talk. Okay. Actually, I put the Browns in here. I put the Browns.
He loves the
Browns. People don't think they're going to be good, so I put them in there for a reason, because I think they're going to be better than people expect. People don't think that. Kind of crazy.
Believe it or not, 2 years ago they were in the playoffs. Like they weren't a bad team.
Joe Flacco did lead them to the playoffs.
He did.
He did.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they took a step back into the playoffs.
But the only question mark for me is their running back, because the rookie's not gonna. We don't know when he's gonna play, and they didn't get Brian Robinson Jr., which sucks. But we got to figure out who's their running back, and I think they have every position locked up. Receiver, Joe Flacco's all right. He can get you some wins. Their defense is still good all around, but we'll just have to see if it all clicks.
My two teams are, and as it pains me to say, being a Birds fan,
no,
I think the Giants are going to be better. I think they're going to be better. I do. I don't think that they're going to be great. I'm not worried. Sorry if you're a Giants fan. But I do think that they're going to have a step up this year. I definitely think they're going to win more games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jackson Dart looked great as a rookie. They're not starting with him, and I think that's a good move. I think Russell Wilson is going to do good for them. They have, Abdul Carter. I think he's going to help their defense. Their defense wasn't bad last year.
Mm-hmm. They got a crazy line.
So I do think that they're going to be better this year. They will exceed expectations because a lot of people are thinking they're going to do good again, which I would be okay if they didn't. But
Yeah.
I do think they're going to be good.
Plus, Jameis Winston always brings.
And Jameis Winston, I mean, who doesn't love him?
Yeah, who doesn't love Jameis Winston?
And then I also think the Bears are going to be better. Now, they may not be, but that's why they could exceed expectations.
Yes.
I do think, based off of preseason, Caleb Williams did look better when he played. And I do think Ben Johnson is going to help them a lot on the offensive side, which they struggled with last year a lot. So I do think they're going to exceed expectations. And I think that they're also kind of projected to need to exceed expectations because they got such a great offensive coach in Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they're my second one on a team that's going to exceed expectations. I also have kind of a third one of the Raiders.
Interesting.
I really don't know what to think about them, but I do think that they have Pete Carroll now and Geno Smith. They were both at the Seahawks together. I think that they are going to be better than they were last year. I don't know how much better. But I guess it's like, what's your definition of exceeding expectations?
Yeah, like, is that winning like 4+ more games? Like, what is it as like?
Or being like super great?
Yeah, like some of these teams, like I would have to agree with that because their offense is loaded already, and Pete Carroll's a defensive-minded guy. So if he gets the defense together, their offense is already capable of succeeding. They could be pretty good,
and they didn't look terrible last year.
No, that's without a quarterback.
They weren't good enough to win the game.
No. I throw in one more sneaky one, I guess. The Carolina Panthers.
You're right.
I don't know about them completely, but the way Bryce Young and the team played last year,
towards the end of the year,
they almost beat the damn Eagles, which almost made me pissed. But yeah, like Bryce,
they almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they beat them. But yeah, now let's just move on to the regression side. You want to start with that one off?
Yeah. Let me see. Did
you do it?
So the Lions, because I talked about them earlier as a team that I'm excited to watch, or I guess looking forward to, because I don't see them they were really good last year. I mean, they did have a lot of injuries, and then they lost to the Commanders in the playoffs.
They lost some people,
but you couldn't even be that surprised because I was surprised how many games they were winning, considering they had like no one on the field. Everyone was hurt, especially on like the defensive side, right? Yeah. It was all of their defensive players.
Yeah, like half their defense players were like on IR.
So I mean, props to them, really. But they also did lose people. They lost coordinators.
I will say.
So I don't think they're going to be bad. I mean, they could be. Sometimes when you lose both coordinators, you kind of take a big step back, but they could just be okay. And I feel because, Dan Campbell, he's still a good head coach. They still have a great offense. So I think they're still going to be good. I think they're going to take a step back, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see, but right now, before even seeing any of the games with week 1, I would not be surprised if they took a step back.
I did the same thing. I put them on my list. I said, like, it's not easy losing both coordinators to automatically succeed. There's going to be a lot of growing pains. The reason why they were so good with all those injuries is because they had 2 fantastic coordinators that could carry the team. And yeah, it's just like, they're not going to be like, I don't know if you agree with this. I'm not going to say they're going to be bad. I just think maybe they don't win the division. Maybe one of the teams, the only team that could probably take them, the Packers. maybe the Packers overtake them or something like that. But I still expect them to make the playoffs at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, it's definitely possible that they don't win.
Like she said, Dan Campbell's a great coach. There's no way. I don't know.
They're also in a really good division.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, 3 of the teams all made the playoffs. So if even they take a step back, you're right. Like there's even a chance they don't even make the playoffs, depending on how their division looks and how the other division looks. I mean,
and you never know what happened, injuries, stuff like that.
Well, that too. It's anything can happen.
It's unpredictable.
Any given Sunday, they say.
Yes.
And then my second team is the Chiefs. Oh. So I do think they're going to be a good team still. I would be surprised if they aren't. I just think, and I mean, they did do really well drafting, and they do have a lot of players that I think are going to help them. But it also, like, their division's also getting better. Like, before, their division wasn't as good as them. And Patrick Mahomes, he's amazing. Like, can't knock anything on him. But it's a team sport. Like, I think that the other team, like the Chargers and the Broncos, I think are going to be great this year.
Oh, sure.
And like I said, I think the Raiders are going to be better. So, and they don't have that easy of a schedule, really, the Chiefs. Like, I think that they could lose a decent amount of games, and that would just be taking a step back. I don't think they're going to be bad, but I don't think they're going to win as many games as they won last year. Because they only lost 2 games last year.
Yeah.
So, that's a pretty phenomenal season. And, statistically, I'm almost positive that statistically, once you lose a Super Bowl, you kind of take a step back. Like, and it's not on
Super Bowl
anything specific. I think that, it's just what happens, They might not, but thinking back on past teams, like, they have taken, after losing, they have taken somewhat of a step back. Yeah. Not necessarily being like a shit team, sorry, but I think that they could have take a step back. It wouldn't surprise me.
I like that one, but it's also like it's weird to think that how great they've been for so many years that they're going to regress. But like every team that loses a Super Bowl takes a step back. That's just how it is. I don't remember what happened when they got blown out for the Bucks, but if they had a Super Bowl slump,
I would be curious.
But it's something to note that not many teams who lose Super Bowls automatically make the playoffs. Actually, it's not easy to do that.
No, especially I wonder if you could look up what their record was that year. 3 years.
So fact check, the Chiefs, after they got blown out by the Bucks.
Because they beat the 49ers, and then they went back again and got blown out by the Bucks. And then after that, they didn't even go back to the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even go back to the Super Bowl this year. Because statistics are on our side.
So what I'm saying, the Eagles are going to be the new dynasty. That's what I'm saying. After looking at this, Eagles are going to be the new dynasty. No more Chiefs.
Well, I hope so. But if not, I definitely do think they will take a step back.
Yeah. I'll throw in another one for the regression side. I think the Commanders are going to take a step back.
Kind of like the Texans last year.
Yes, exactly. Rookie quarterback excelled over expectations. Team in general. And then I'm not going to say Jaden Daniels is going to have
we'll get into the Commanders a little more later, too.
Yeah.
With their team, but I agree with that.
Jaden Daniels still going to have a phenomenal season. I just think the team overall is too damn old. I don't know why you build an old team. The players probably just going to fade out during the season because 30-year-olds can't last that long. Like those people in that age.
Yeah, they're one of the oldest teams.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so hard when you have such a good season, especially like your first season in as a rookie. And then everyone has this expectation of you. And they did do really well. But I will say, some of the games they won, they were barely winning them. So I wouldn't be surprised. Their schedule, I think, if it's anything like the Eagles, I don't know if they play every single team. It's most of the teams that we play.
They got one. They still got.
Some of them are different.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard. It is.
It is.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they took a step back. And because they had such a good season, it's going to look drastic, but it's really just going to be kind of evening it out. I mean, they had a new offensive coordinator, new head coach. new quarterback, now teams are kind of understanding what they're going to expect from all of them.
They got more film on them.
And that also, like, that's what happened to the Texans. They went to the playoffs after not being there in a while. Everyone was so high on them. And then they still looked good last year. But in the beginning, it was so drastic from the year before that everyone was like, oh, like they're not as good of a team as everyone expected going into last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I would agree. Actually, one more that I think, because I just thought of this team for exceeding expectations. Now, I don't really know if they're going to exceed my expectations, but I do think that the Titans are going to be better. I don't know how better, but they did get a new quarterback.
You know what? Yeah.
So I do think that they have the chance to be a better team this year than they were last year. And they did pretty good drafting, if memory serves me correct.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I do think that they're going to exceed expectations.
They're one of those weird teams where, like, I think that's true, but, like, do they have enough talent on the defensive side to be good? Like, we know their offense, their quarterback is going to be good, and they got a good running back in Tony Pollard. They got a rookie head coach. Is he going to be competent to call plays and stuff? But they're like, cause when I was doing my predictions for like the season, I didn't know where to put them. Like sometimes I thought they could win the division. Sometimes
it's hard too, based on team. Like who you play.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. You know, some teams have a really easy season, and some teams have a really hard season. And you can have a better team, but if you're playing other teams that are just better than you, it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. We're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about teams and their players on the trade block. Past 2 months, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I think this one is such a tough thing. I really don't see anything happening. It's hard.
Interesting.
I do not see the Cowboys signing him. I think that it was made very clear by the owner that he has 3 more years under contract, technically. And I think that is terrible.
It is so depressing.
It's very sad. I just don't think that, and if they do sign him, I think there's been so much turmoil between both sides. I don't see Micah Parsons really wanting to stay with the team. He's kind of forced to, so not much there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it would take to trade him. Like, and I wonder if that would even work, because I do feel like ego plays a role with Jerry Jones, and I think that he doesn't want. I mean, why would you want to trade him? That would be actually really dumb, unless they could get something like amazing for him, because he's one of their better players. But I think that talking to the media as much as he has, I just think it's like I don't know, if they just sign him and all this goes away, and then it's going to be kind of really weird to me. But that's my opinion. And I think it's going to be a huge impact for them. I really do. I think that it's going to hurt their team a lot. That's kind of where I stand. I would be surprised if they do sign him, just because of everything that's been said. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. But I do not think they're going to get a deal. I think that...
Where do you think he's going to go to?
No, I think he's going to stay on the team.
Oh, really?
I do.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to trade him. I mean, maybe they will mid-season sign him. I don't know. But I don't know. The whole situation's kind of bizarre to me. So I don't know who there's like weird things that Jerry's saying with the agent and the situation there. So I don't know. I just don't think that he's going to get signed, and I don't think they're going to let him go to another team unless they start losing games, and then, okay, maybe they trade him then. But I think it depends. I think that they expect him to be on the field week one against the Eagles, which they should hope he is. But I don't think he's going to, especially without a deal. But also, even if they give him a deal now, he hasn't practiced.
He needs some time.
Like, you're just going to throw him. They're not going to throw him on the field. And if they do, I don't think that's smart, because he hasn't practiced once. He's not going to look like the Micah Parsons you want him to be, because you need to practice and adjust. I don't know. That's strange. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I don't know. I think he has to be traded at this point because like we saw what happened in the Falcons game, the preseason game. He was just sleeping.
He said not the whole time. And a reporter said that too, so okay. But also, what do you want him to do?
I know.
But yeah, that was funny. I did see that.
Like my thought process, like he's a great player, but like it just seems like he doesn't impact the team as much. Like if he signs a big contract, like is that going to help them be a better team?
Well, they have more issues than just that. I would agree. So I would agree there because they had him last year, but he wasn't healthy the whole season, though, right?
No.
Yeah, they had him last year, and I mean he did play an impact, but you can't do the thing all by yourself. So I will agree. Like they do have issues otherwhere.
And they have like so many contract problems with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Him just gonna ruin the team. It's just gonna ruin the team, in my opinion. But I think he should be traded. Is he gonna be traded? Probably not. It seems like everyone in the organization believes he's gonna stay on the team and sign some kind of contract. I just think he should be traded somewhere else, in my opinion. But some other guy that we'll probably move on to is very impactful to the team's overall success, and that's Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, I could say both. The same thing with him, though.
Yo, how was she right? How?
Similar situation.
Kind of. It is, yeah.
Similar
kinda.
but different.
Kind of.
But yes. So with him, I think that going back to what you were saying, they were losing games because their defense wasn't as good. Their offense was great. I think they should. Well, it's tough. So with him, I do think they're going to try to sign him because their last preseason game, that one I'm thinking about, right? Yeah. That last one, their defense was atrocious.
Yeah.
And that's why they honestly start off slow, and I don't know what's going on and why their defense can't get it together. But I think, and he was on the team, and he had a great year. That's why he's expecting to get paid, as he should. But I do think it's more than just him. I don't know if it's coaching.
It's just.
I do think the Bengals' issues are more than just him. But I also think they can't afford to lose him because they're going to be even worse without him. It's kind of like one of those. I do think they're going to sign him. I'm surprised they haven't yet. But actually, no, because do they have money? I mean, that's the thing, too.
He's on the trade block currently.
I don't know why they would fifth-year option T. Higgins
and
then take it back and pay him.
I don't get it.
Like, you already fifth-year optioned him.
You can also just franchise tag the dude. And then less money. For T. Higgins.
Did they franchise tag him or did they fifth-year him?
I think they franchise tagged him.
Okay, so then they franchise tagged him. And then they still paid him afterwards because they wanted to pay both of them, which I get, but like that's a lot of money, and then you can't pay Trey Hendrickson.
They need to sign him though, like 110%.
You need to make a decision.
Without him,
he's not playing. He hasn't practiced either, right?
No, he returned to practice,
but he hasn't
practice.
Yeah, but before he just wasn't showing up.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He didn't want to keep getting fined though.
They will literally be the worst defense in history without him. Like with him, they may be the 30th defense, but
I think that if they don't figure it out, Joe Burrow, how many years does he have on his contract? I think he's going to not be with that team much longer.
Yeah, I don't think so either. If Hendrickson doesn't,
no matter how good of a season he has, greatest one ever last year. I mean, like phenomenal season.
Players want to win now.
He was not happy.
Yeah, and he's not
because they were losing.
Yeah,
they were scoring all these points and still losing. And that kind of sucks.
It does suck, especially when you're that good. We'll move on to Terry McLaurin.
Yes,
that's very interesting because it seems like they're close on that.
Do they seem like they're close? Because it's like, why haven't you done it yet?
I know, like that's the point. They haven't done it yet, but he's practicing or at practice.
I do see that. He had some weird random injury. I guess maybe he really was injured. I don't think so.
No, I
just kind of showed up out of nowhere, and now he's back, which is good because they need him because he's definitely their best wide receiver out there.
Debo.
I mean, they didn't look in preseason terrible.
No, but
I do think that, like, once you get like starting defenses, I mean, Jaden Daniels targets Terry McLaurin
a lot.
Most, like, he was the one winning them games. Really, going back to close games, at those end of those games, he was the one winning. And I get it now, like, and they have a little bit of a different team, But I mean, I don't know. I think that he's such an impactful player that they need to pay him.
Yeah. He's very impactful.
And they do seem like he's the one that I think is definitely going to get a deal done. I think. I don't know when. I'm not really sure why it hasn't happened yet. But I do think that one should be a done deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to get it done just for Jaden Daniels' development. You don't want to get rid of your star receiver and then have him try to find another good receiver. That's just going to ruin him. So just give him the money and they will be happy. Then we're just going to move on to Brian Robinson Jr., which got already sorted out. He's on the 49ers now. What do you think about him going to the 49ers?
I honestly was surprised. I mean, after it happened, I started to understand it more, but in the beginning, I didn't think they were a team that was looking for a running back. They have had a lot of injuries early on, like in preseason. So I'm curious to see how they are, actually. Because they didn't have a great season last year. So we'll see. But I'm not surprised that they signed him because as good as Christian McCaffrey is, I do think they want to give him less snaps. I do think they don't want him to carry the ball as much because of his injury. I mean, he was out for the whole season, and it seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere. He didn't even play.
It did.
In the first game.
Yeah, and then he got hurt again coming back.
Yeah. So they don't want to risk it. I wonder how healthy he truly is because of this. I think it's going to help them be a better team. I do. And I think that Christian McCaffrey needs help.
You said that like...
I don't mean it that way. But, like, I think that he can't. I mean, he's older, too.
I know what you mean, yeah. He's an aging runner back.
And with that type of injury,
he's been hurt multiple times.
That type of injury could really be... I mean, he was out for the whole season practically with it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that the splitting carries is going to be better. And I think it was a good decision for the team. I do.
Yeah, thinking about it, yeah, it's probably, at first I was not happy because for fantasy purposes it sucks because he's useless. But, I mean, I wanted him to go to the Browns because why not? I like the Browns, I guess.
He likes the Browns.
I like the Browns. But, yeah, it's a good fit because they're going to use him at the goal line for sure, I think, and take the workload off for Christian McCaffrey, which is a good thing. Thinking about longevity of your team. You don't want to kill him and then have him just not be good anymore. We're just going to move on to the next topic, which fits into the first person we talked about, was Micah Parsons. The whole Cowboys ownership situation, which is a mess. I don't know what's really happening still. Do you know what's happening?
I don't, but I do enjoy listening to what Jerry has to say. I think that it's funny. And, you know, being Eagles fans, I enjoy it. I think that what has to happen with them is, honestly,
it's just
the only way that they're going to ever win a Super Bowl. And, I mean, they've had seasons where they've had great games and they've won so many, and then, you know, they crash and burn in the playoffs.
Not even championship.
Which, no, literally, first game.
Yeah.
But, Jerry needs to take a step back. I do. They need someone else managing that team. And I don't think that's going to happen. I'm okay with that.
He doesn't.
But, I mean, okay, unbiasedly speaking, that's like really the only way that I truly think that they're going to ever win a Super Bowl or even make it far in the playoffs. They need someone else making those decisions.
It's like
he is too like involved where he can't even see that what he's doing is hurting the team.
He wants to do like everything. He wants to sign the players. He wants to be their agents. He wants to be the head coach. He just wants to control everything, but it's damaging the team because they can't find a coach that's actually good, that can control the players. He's got to do it himself, which is stupid because look at the NFL. There's so many other coaches out there that control way more and having success, and then you see their coaches, you know they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how their new head coach is going to be. We'll see.
Yeah.
I really don't know because he didn't even call plays because Mike McCarthy was calling the plays.
Yeah, well, Mike McCarthy was like, it was a weird situation. He wasn't calling the plays. He was calling the plays. Then he mentioned took over.
We don't really know. But I do think that, I don't know. well, I'm curious to see how their offense looks with the new coach.
Which is always a mess. I mean,
We'll see, because he could be a really good head coach.
could.
But obviously, the head coach there is not allowed to make all the decisions, which is back to the Jerry issue.
Yeah.
Um,
And the way he's just treating Micah Parsons is really weird. Really weird.
yeah.
It's like he didn't treat Dak like this. He didn't treat CB like this. It's not like
He's trying to say he did, but the
Yeah.
situations are very obviously different.
Very
And I think that also it doesn't help the fact that they gave Dak all this money and then he got hurt.
Yeah. But to continue on more messes, we're gonna talk about problems with other coaches. Coaches that could be in the hot seat.
I'm curious to see who you have.
Okay. The first one I picked was obvious, probably Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
I just think that if he has another losing season, he's gonna be gone, and that's like no brainer. You don't make the playoffs for like.
I'd be surprised if he is still their head coach.
Yeah, I said he should have been fired last year, 2 years ago, but I guess he's just not, and I think he's gonna be fired. That's just fact, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really depends, and I'm so curious to see if they continue the trend of losing the first couple games.
I think they will.
I think they will too.
Go Browns.
But yeah, I do think he was on my list. I do think he's going to be on the hot seat. I think that I would be, like I said, shocked if he.
Do you think they make the playoffs? The Bengals. Okay.
I don't think so.
I think that's always like people think that they're obviously good enough. I mean, offensively they're good enough.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you need more than that. You need a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else you want to go to?
Yeah. Well, I have Mike Tomlin.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think he's going to be on the hot seat,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think he's going to want to leave.
Yeah, but that's my
so
situation.
That's a tricky situation. Mm-hmm. I thought that last year. I thought that he might ask to leave. Because, I mean, he's had such great success with the Steelers. I think that, and I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I'm curious to see how they do. Now, they have a new quarterback with Aaron Rodgers, and I think that he's going to be a good quarterback for them. Last year, I think it was tricky because they had two quarterbacks, and that whole situation was kind of interesting, mm-hmm. going back and forth between
that's how everyone
them.
Seems. Like you have a quarterback people like, and then he does well-ish, but then you put him in for a better quarterback, and like the team's like, I don't know. Yeah, it was a
confusing thing, and for the players to get used to like two different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And how they play, because they are kind of different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So him, I think that if they have, so even last year they still had a winning season, but they didn't make the playoffs.
No.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
I don't think so. No, they didn't make playoffs. No.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, they didn't make playoffs. That's why.
Because they have made. Last year was the first year they didn't make playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see what this year is kind of like. I also have heard some people think that there's going to be like issues with Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, like clashing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but I have heard that said before, so I would be curious to see if that has any role in it. But yeah, he's someone that I think if they don't do well, he may want just a new start somewhere. Because I do think he's a great head coach, and I think that on a different team, sometimes, I mean, it's kind of like when Andy Reid left the Eagles and went to the Chiefs. I mean, love Andy Reid, but he didn't have that. I mean, the Eagles were a good team, but he wasn't winning Super Bowls with us.
Yeah, he was just
like... He went to the Chiefs, and, I mean, they've won a bunch of Super Bowls with him. And sometimes a different environment, a different team, it's a better fit, and it helps you.
So, like, they were very stagnant at the time.
Yeah,
like, they would be good, and then they would have like.
If there's so many years with the team, sometimes that just naturally happens. Mm-hmm. They need a new perspective. You need a new perspective. Mm-hmm. I think that if they have a season like they did last year, even if they end up having a winning season, but they don't make the playoffs or they don't go far in the playoffs,
real possible.
I think that he's someone that they're either going to let go or he's going to want to leave.
Like, I just think it's up to Aaron Rodgers to control his destiny because, like, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't do good, they're not doing good.
Well, yeah.
Which, is that on his fault? Is it to say that's his fault? It's just...
Mike Tomlin or Aaron Rodgers?
Mike Tomlin.
No, it's not.
Because if Aaron Rodgers goes out there and he looks like he can't play football anymore, are they going to blame Mike Tomlin for, like, not controlling the team and doing something about it?
Yeah, see, that's a tough part, too.
But I don't.
Especially because I mean he's not the end all be all. I mean he's the head coach, but still, there's
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people like general managers and stuff who make decisions on players. So I feel like yeah, it's tough.
Like, do they fire him if everything goes bad?
I don't see.
Or does he just voluntarily leave? Like,
I
do they
think
say
that
you want to leave? And he's like,
I.
yeah.
That's why hot seat's interesting. I do not think that. I don't think they're gonna fire him. I don't. He's been too good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's gonna want to choose to leave
Okay.
if they have a bad season.
Well,
I
yeah.
think that would be the route, or he stays with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he puts the team on the hot seat.
I mean, to be honest,
Because
he can,
I
yeah.
really would be surprised if they fired him.
Yeah,
If they're having one bad season.
Mm-hmm. I doubt he picks a quarterback and stuff because he's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
So if he could be like, go trade a quarterback now, and then if he's not good, I'm not staying here.
Yeah.
Even I think he should be gone. They need a change.
It's an interesting one.
They need a change. I throw in one more person for this. I said Shane Steichen because like he hasn't done anything there. He's supposed to be this generational offensive mind guy, and it's not his fault the quarterbacks suck, but like you gotta change something up. If you keep on losing, you gotta gut the whole team, even the quarterback position. So he's got one more opportunity in my eyes. I don't know if they're gonna be good, so I don't know if he's gonna be gone. It's a weird situation because they're not really
they
a great
have a lot
team.
of potential.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, it's
Daniel Jones is there.
Daniel Jones. That's interesting. I think Daniel Jones. People are saying.
I think the Giants did him dirty.
Yeah. People are saying that's what happened. He said Daniel Jones left the Giants and
we
became
will find out.
But yeah, I don't know.
I have Mike McDaniel on mine.
I totally forgot about him. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean,
Mike McDaniels is another one who I think
he's definitely gone.
Depending on how the Dolphins do,
they're not going to do good. That's just it.
I don't know. I don't see them having a good season again, but I think that he could be on the hot seat. I was surprised that he wasn't last year.
Yeah, I know.
But they wanted to give him another chance, so we'll see. And like the whole Tua thing last year was kind of not
again.
Great. So I'm curious to see how they handle that.
That can happen again too.
It could happen again.
And they're just done.
So yeah, that's another one. And the whole Tyreek Hill situation doesn't help his case because, we kind of don't really know what's going to happen throughout the year.
Is he going to get traded?
Is he going to get traded? I don't know.
I think so.
You think so?
I think they're going to start slow.
I could see both. Right.
So let's move on to coaches that probably will have success or maybe they will exceed. But these are new coaches on new teams.
I have both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. They're the ones that I think about the most. I think that they did so good with, the Lions. Aaron Glenn with that defense and all of the injured players. He
doesn't know how to rally a team. You're right. Yeah.
Hey, I think that they are going to. What was the question? Early success. I do think that their teams are going to have success, especially because they were both kind of not good. So I think that as you see them start to win games, I think early on they are going to definitely impact their teams. So I think they're going to be.
What's their ceiling? The Jets' ceiling. What do you think it is?
I want to say I could see them winning like 8 or 9. I could. 8 or 9 games.
It's not too bad. That's not too bad. I have to agree with that.
Quote me on it if I said different in my thing.
Yeah. We're gonna go to that. So
I think I could see them winning 8 or 9 games.
That's with they're beating teams that they shouldn't beat because they're the best of the best, and as they are right now.
Who do you have?
I have Mike Vrabel. Not much of a really surprise. It's just that team is going to turn around. One fact about him is when he was on the Titans, he only had 2 losing seasons, and that was like not even bad losing seasons. His overall record is over 500. Which is good for an NFL head coach. What is Nick Sirianni's? Is it
winning percentage?
Oh,
he is.
That's bad. That's bad comparison. His is like 70%. That's a really bad comparison. But yeah, he's just a winner. He knows how to win. So I'm guessing the Patriots at least will be close to 500 or over 500. and that's easy success for him, man.
Hmm.
Let's go over some quarterbacks that won the starting jobs.
I'll start.
Oh, yay!
So I have Mr. Joe Flacco. He did. I was not surprised that he won that starting job. I'm not. I think that he's good for the team. Took them to the playoffs 2 years ago, and now I don't know how that situation is going to go throughout the whole year because they do have two rookie quarterbacks. So like they might want, depending on how they look and how many games they win, they might want to bring the rookies in. One of them, depending on how that all goes. But I think that I'm happy with him being the starter, and I do think that he is going to. He's a veteran, and he's won a Super Bowl. I think with the Browns, he will help them win games.
They're going to the playoffs.
I could see them going to the playoffs again.
Confirmed.
I could.
Joe Flacco is the savior.
Well,
that's too far. That's too far. Okay. Yeah, Joe Flacco. I mean, like it was a competition, but they kind of knew he was going to be the starter. Not really a surprise, but did he even practice? I just realized I think he barely practiced for even to get the starting job.
He practiced.
He just probably looked so much better than them because he's a veteran. But
yeah. I also think it was less of a competition. I think that they knew they were either going to go between him and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, that's
and
what
Kenny Pickett got hurt
and looked terrible.
Yes, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I do think that made his decision, their decision, easier.
He better get cut.
Personally, but yeah, they have too many quarterbacks. They can't keep all of them. I'm curious to see who they keep.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, who's next on your list?
Daniel Jones from the Colts. He beat out Anthony Richardson.
I always knew he was going to be the starter there. Personally, I did. I said it from like day one. I was like, he's going to be their starter. I just think that there was too much last year with like how Anthony Richardson acted, especially that one game. I think that really put a bad taste in people's mouths.
You can't just
Plus, he gets hurt a lot, which isn't. I mean, it's his fault, but it's not his fault.
It is his fault because he has to be smart.
Well, you're right with how you take care of yourself. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm curious to see how he looks. I think he's going to look good for the team. I don't know if he's going to be great. I think I'm curious because of how he looked with the Giants.
But she was okay with the Giants. She wasn't too bad.
They had a really bad O-line. I mean, they weren't doing him any favors. So I do think that he is going to look good for them. I think that he's going to keep the job, but I'm not surprised that he got the starting job.
One thing I will say about him is he's a great running back now. Offensive line is better than the Giants. He does well in play action. I expect him to do a lot of play action. He could succeed at that because they tried doing that with Anthony Richardson. He would do good with that every now and then, but then every now and then he would just overthrow every ball, which isn't going to help you win. So Daniel Jones could keep the job the whole season, or they could just be waiting for Anthony Richardson.
He has a different coach, different offensive coordinator, different quarterback coach. So maybe it'll kind of be like a Sam Darnold situation. You know, you go to a new team, you have different people coaching you, and you have an amazing year. So I'm curious to see if that's kind of his trajectory.
Saints selected coach Jalen Hurts, and he took his big step when they went to the Super Bowl that year.
He did.
And I'm not saying the Colts are going to the Super Bowl. They're not close, but I'm just saying it could elevate Daniel Jones' play, and he could keep that job for many years, actually, a couple years at least.
Oh, yeah. Could be their new starter.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, I'm not surprised. No. I also said that he was going to be the starter. I was really only considering Jameis, Russell Wilson, and Jackson Dart.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't give Jameis an opportunity, man. He looks so good, man.
I think that once they signed Russell Wilson first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They signed him first, and I always knew he was going to be the starter. I would have been surprised if they didn't make him, or even Jameis, but I kind of knew it was going to be Russell Wilson. Just like a feeling, you know.
A feeling.
I do think he's going to help the team. Curious to see how many games they win.
How long do you think he's going to start? Is he going to start the whole season? Is Jackson Dart going to come in eventually? Because he looks amazing. Jackson Dart does
He
look
does
amazing.
look good. He does. I think that it depends. He got hurt though. Did he not?
Yeah.
He did.
He almost broke his collarbone. He's an idiot.
I know. So I think that's why they're like, we don't want you to start because of situations like that.
Yeah, you gotta be smart, man.
But I think I
That's
could see, depending on how they do, I could see him starting the whole season, or if they are not doing good and they want to bring in. It depends if they think they're going to switch over to Jackson Dart, like if they want to switch over to him next year, then they'll bring him in. If they want him to sit out another year, I see them not. They'll bring Jameson.
Like, what it means if Russell Wilson does bad, they just bring Jameson instead of Jackson Dart? That's possible.
I think that it depends on what they want.
So even if Russell gets hurt, they're just going to throw Jameson there.
I would think so. I'm curious to see kind of what their what's it called? Depth chart. What their depth chart looks like and who they're considering to be QB2.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Jameis. I do.
Well, there was someone.
He's a good quarterback. He's not, he throws an interception for every touchdown, but he still throws a touchdown.
I don't know what team it was, but like there was one year they had a rookie that was drafted pretty high, and they made him third on the depth chart forever. I want to say it was Jordan Love or not Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not sure.
It might be, but if you really think about it, I mean, there's a bunch of quarterbacks who now everyone's just drafting a quarterback and throwing them in and expecting them to be amazing, and it's hurting them. But like, Patrick Mahomes didn't start when he
took him a whole year pretty much.
Yeah. So like, I mean, Tom Brady also didn't start.
No, but he also sucked.
Well,
not coming out of college, but his whole draft thing wasn't good, which I don't know why they judge that.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's just like that. Tom Brady, like.
I think that it depends on what they want. I could see them not pulling him out that early, though. I think Russell Wilson will play most of the season because they're going to want to stick with him if he's healthy, in my opinion. But also, like I said, I'm not surprised they went with him. He's a veteran quarterback. He got the starting job.
I had the Saints.
I have the Saints on mine too.
But I don't know who's the starting quarterback. Do you know who's starting quarterback?
But I was going to say there is no starting quarterback.
I mean, like,
as far as I know. Now, I don't know. I mean, at this point, you'd think they'd have to have named someone.
Yeah, but I
don't know. Look it up. See if they did name someone.
Because, like, is it that rookie?
I'm surprised they haven't named anyone.
Or just Spencer Rattler?
Over a little less than 2 weeks away? Yeah. From the start of the season. Kind of crazy.
I just don't understand. You could have drafted so many other quarterbacks. That probably would have been a clear cut.
They probably should have. I will always say drafted Shedeur Sanders, but
Dylan Gabriel.
They're probably going to draft another quarterback next year.
Well,
I'm calling it.
They can't get Archie Manning because he's not coming out.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come out either. That's it for part 1. Come back tomorrow to see us for part 2, where we'll go over our list of who we think is going to be in the playoffs, who our early Super Bowl predictions are, and give some rankings on some teams and some players.